It was 10 months ago here at Trinity Health Stadium that Hartford Athletic put on one of its best performances of the year, shutting out New Mexico United 4-0. The rematch tonight here at Trinity Health Stadium. Good evening, everyone. Along with Mark Donaldson, I'm Joe D'Ambrosio. And Mark, a week ago Friday night, Hartford did everything but put the ball in the back of the net in a 2-0 loss to FC Tulsa.
17 shots, 13 of them inside the box, 5 of them on target, 2 big chances, and they hit the woodwork. But the key thing was they didn't score.
Meanwhile, it was a goal from Kip Keller from 30 yards out that lifted New Mexico United to a 1-0 win last Saturday over at Charleston Battery.
It was a super goal. It wasn't a super game. It was attritional. There was far more perspiration in that game than inspiration. But they got the job done, and you have to watch if you're Hartford because they have plenty players that can score from distance.
Ones to watch for New Mexico, their leading goal scorer, Niall Reed-Steven.
Yeah, I like him. He's good at delivering. He's also good at finishing as well. He's got a lot of pace. He just seems to be in the right place at the right time. Really looking forward to him against Seb Anderson, the Hartford right wing back tonight.
And he is aided and embedded by the captain from Scotland, Greg Hurst.
Indeed, from Stirling, the former capital of Scotland, back in the days of Robert the Bruce. But that's enough for the history lesson. I'll just tell you that he's a goal scorer. But he's also someone that can come short a little bit and link the play. But he knows where the back of the net is.
As far as the table is concerned, you see Charleston Battery in 6th in the East. They are tied for 6th at 13 points with Hartford and Pittsburgh, all of whom have played 9 games. Tampa Bay Rowdies still cleaning up in the Eastern Conference.
There's basically 4 points between 8th and 2nd. There's hardly anything between the sides in the middle of the table in the Eastern Conference.
And as far as New Mexico United, they are tied for 6th out west with Sacramento and Phoenix. It's turned into a beautiful night here at Trinity Health Stadium. Crowd making its way in for the meeting between Hartford Athletic and New Mexico United. We've got kickoff after lineups next here on ESPN+.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Trinity Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized health care that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see all of you.
The Great Fire of 1835 forced most insurance companies to close, but not us. The day our founders pitched in to pay every claim is the day the Hartford became the Hartford.
At Lux Bond & Green, we have been designing and crafting custom jewelry for decades. It's an art as much as a science, and really there's no room for error. It comes down to 100 little choices made by our own artists and experts who listen to you and create your perfect engagement ring by hand. Quality, value, and selection. Lux Bond & Green Jewelers throughout Connecticut and Massachusetts.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank the Mandel JCC of Greater Hartford, the official fitness center of Hartford Athletic. Visit mandeljcc.org to learn more.
Fifth all-time meeting between Hartford Athletic and New Mexico United. Let's get to the lineups, and 2 changes for Hartford and a welcome sight returning for the first time this season.
Great to see Emmanuel Samadia back and available again. He was on the bench last week and got some minutes, but he's fit to start. Obviously, some paperwork issues trying to get him back into the country. He's here, he's fit, and he's available. And he comes in along with Junior Morera, who's in for the suspended Samuel Cariaga. And also dropping out with Samaria coming in is TJ Prestes.
And for Dennis Sanchez, New Mexico United, if it worked, don't mess with it. And he hasn't.
Easy. Same again. 1-0 victory in the last game against Charleston. Same again. Hurst, the captain.
Hartford in the green kits. United in the black and yellow. 54 degrees, winds out of the north-northeast at 10. It has warmed up a little bit because the wind isn't as vicious as it was about 5 o'clock or so, blowing a gale through here. Hartford 2-1-1 all-time against United. It's game on at Trinity Health Stadium. Both these teams with 9 points, 4-4-1 for United, 3-2-4 for Hartford. So we get out of the far side to Chris Gloucester. Hartford's going to try to relentlessly press like they did last year against United, Mark, that got Hartford up to a quick 3-0 lead.
Inside half an hour. That for me was their best performance last year. They put pressure on the defence, they put pressure on the goalkeeper, and you got the word spot on, Joe. They pressed, and they pressed in the right areas.
This is a New Mexico team that likes to control the ball. Hartford doesn't have to have it as much, though they come off a week against Tulsa when they had possession 69% of the time, a season high. Once again, no Samuel Cariaga. He got a red card in the final seconds of that match last week.
It was appealed, but the appeal was...
fell on deaf ears.
Yes, indeed. I was going to say unsuccessful, but yes. There's the press again.
Here's Coffey in the middle. Gets it off to Engalina. Michi's in. He shoots. Knocked away by Jake LaCava, so it'll be a corner kick for Hartford. And that's what we're talking about as far as Hartford putting pressure on is concerned.
That's the area that Hartford can get some joy tonight. Jake LaCava used to be, when he was at Tampa Bay, basically a right winger or a right midfielder. He's playing it right back right now, and if Hartford can get Engalina there, but for me the key today is Barry Coffey playing centrally, and he was the one that set up Michi there.
So it'll be Seb Anderson to trigger the set piece. To the right of the goaltender, Chris Shakes. First time he has faced Hartford Athletic. Cleared away, and it'll be a throw-in for Athletic. Momo Jang scored twice last year against them. Michi once. And also the fourth goal was scored by...
Kyle Edwards, 8 minutes.
Kyle Edwards, exactly. Let's get to Mark's keys to the game, which are brought to you by Hoffman Auto Group.
Let's wait to see the throw-in first.
Yep.
Okay.
Now let's do the keys to the game.
Barry Coffey, for me, is in his best position in central areas. He was excellent last season in Ireland, playing as a 10 or playing as an 8, being creative. And one of the things for New Mexico as well, two good fullbacks, better left back than a right back, but they can't afford to be too isolated today because they have two in front of them, Niall Reed-Stephen and Dion Harris, who are very, very quick and very good. But in transition, if Hartford can win the ball back, then they can target the fullbacks.
Adrian Deespay called for a foul. Kip Keller had the game-winning goal last week, an absolute rocket from about 30 yards out to beat Charleston.
Valentin Noel also had a decent shot from distance in the first half, so they've got plenty who can cause issues from outside the box.
Hämäläinen clears it out. So early on, possession belonging to Hartford.
We spoke about that New Mexico game last season when Hartford won 4-0. And the player that scored 2 goals in that game is in the row in front of us right now. Momo Dieng's back in time.
Little break from MLS action with Minnesota United. Cleared out from the middle. Marrero will get there first. Last week, the first game all year that Junior Marrero did not play. Back in the lineup tonight. And it'll be a goal kick The Hartford back again and excited to help our team win from kickoff to extra time. They're proud to show their support for the amazing community as a founding partner of Hartford Athletic. Visit thehartford.com to learn more. New Mexico 1-3 away from the Lab, which is the name for Isotopes Park. Welcome everybody watching in the land of enchantment on NM50, and of course locally in Connecticut on the Wax, along with ESPN+. Glad you're spending your Saturday night with us. Race for the ball between Anderson and Harris, and Harris with a shove in the back of Seb Anderson. The referee for tonight's game, Matt Thompson. He's done 4 USL matches this year. The Millikar Sikaju, Niklos Hendricks, the assistants, the man at the table, Gary Gutierrez. Coffey called for the takedown in midfield, and Matt Thompson immediately gets between Coffey and Dayon Harris. This is in New Mexico. These are two teams, Mark, that don't score very much. New Mexico tied for 18th in goals scored, and Hartford tied for 23rd in a 25-team league.
Yeah, you and I watched their game last week again earlier today, and they never really looked like being in much bother, New Mexico, last week. But you just wondered where the goal was coming from. They're not going to be a team that's going to win a game 5-4 because they're pretty defensively sound, but they don't create that much, and I don't expect that to change today. They'll be solid at the back, and it's up to Hartford to try and break them down.
Yeah, it took a thunder goal off the boot of Keller.
Strike, wasn't it?
Good to see Samadia back in Hartford. There's a giveaway. Here comes Hurst into the box, drops it back. Ball is free, still not out. Shot, airmailed. Nico Bailey, boy, Hartford dodged the bullet there.
What a mess by Britton Fisher. Not once, but twice. And had the ball been better here, then New Mexico would have had the chance. It was just played behind his teammate and then fired over eventually, but wasteful from New Mexico. They should at least have troubled Anthony Siaha and at best been a goal up, but Britton Fisher will not want to see that again.
Foul called on Moreira at midfield. New Mexico last week beating Charleston in the black and gold derby, neither team wore black or gold last week. New Mexico had their new teal kits, their third kit. And Charleston was in the visiting white. Here's Deespe. Scored the goal when Hartford won here against Detroit in their last home match. Put out in front. It's loose, coming away. Here's Samadia.
That was glorious chaos. At least 2 players with the opportunity there. Then Augie Williams and Michi getting in each other's way. Then the heavy touch, played against them. Then the strike, then the good block. Could easily be 1-1.
8 minutes in, that would be exciting. Second corner of the match for Hartford, Seb Anderson will put it in play. They bring Fisher and Deespe up for some size. Augie Williams still looking for his first goal in several weeks. Hasn't scored since the Brooklyn game. Ball is loose. Samadia will maintain possession. Header by Scarlett never gets there. Noel wins the aerial dude. And it's cleared out. Here's Valentin Noel. Deespe with a good angle. Couldn't keep it in, so it'll be a throw in across the way. Crowd started to fill in here, boy, about 2 o'clock this afternoon. It was a tad brisk.
It was winter.
It's exactly what it was. But as predicted by the local meteorologists, the best in the land, they said it was going to clear out by 4 or 5 o'clock, and it has.
You've always said that the weather
the Connecticut meteorologists are the
excellent.
best. No question about it. Accurate, concise. Did I read that the way that it was written for me? Here's Reed Stephen, number 7. Leading goal scorer with 3. Played last year in USL 1 with South Georgia Tormenta. Settling into USL. No Macangila in the middle of the park.
It's been a lot more open than I thought it would be in the early stages. That's mainly because of 1 or 2 errors rather than 1 or 2 good bits of play. Just going back to the chance for New Mexico, Greg Hurst has never been the quickest player. He's very good at linking play, but if that had been a better ball across goal, it could easily have been 1-0 New Mexico. And then Hartford with the opportunity, if Augie Williams and Mishi had been able to communicate a little bit better, then they could have had a shot at the other end just 60 seconds later.
Now Fisher, one of 3 Hartford players to play every minute this year. He's Scarlett and Siaha. Michi on the overlap. Tries to send it in front. Picked off by the former Big Ten goalkeeper of the year as a Penn State Nittany Lion, Chris Shakes. Took the goaltending job over last year after the Hartford game from Alex Tambakis. Now backed up by the former Las Vegas goaltender, Reiko Arozarena, Randy's kid brother. Numbers here, played out wide. Reed Stephen has to wait for it. Middle of the park it goes. Here's Jabang. Jabangs it over the goal, over the sweets, towards Wethersfield.
You went there?
I did. I figured I'd get out of the way early.
Okay.
Turn to the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, June 10th for a USL Eastern Conference Championship clash under the lights. Tampa Bay Rowdies defend their home turf against battle-tested Charleston Battery at 7 o'clock Eastern. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network, June 10th. See, I figured if I get it out of the way early, I won't be tempted to do it later.
Well, you're one and done.
Key situation.
You're one and done.
Not
allowed to use it.
I'm like a good college basketball player these days. One and done. Aimlessly played out of bounds by Athletic, so it'll be a throw-in for Jake LaCava. Reed Stephen takes a push. No, not much of one.
Yeah. You don't get a penalty for that if it's in the box. It's an easy decision to give there, though, isn't it?
Shakes likes to be a sweeper keeper, and last week a couple of times almost got caught out a little bit too far. Good run up the far side.
It's a good call. It was a foul.
Yep. Matt Thompson stops play.
The ball had gone out before the foul, hence the Hartford throw. So that was given as a foul, but then the referee saw his assistant on the far side, Miklos Hendricks, had raised the flag, which supersedes the contact and Hartford's throw.
That's good teamwork.
It is.
Good teamwork by the men in blue. Here's Bailey. Plays it through. Reed Stevens never got there. Scarlett's not here. Played ahead. Here's Angelina. Michi, who scored against Brooklyn, takes it into the box, sends it across. Too far. And it'll be a throw-in for New Mexico United.
That's where he needs to improve. That and he's finishing. Because he's got so many good attributes, Mishi. And he's up against, in essence, a right-sided forward playing it right back, albeit converted. But it's got to be better than that. I was watching the 3 in the middle that had all made really good runs, and they were in vain because of the service. He could even have taken another touch before delivering.
Hartford's had the better of possession thus far, but hasn't been able to convert it into anything. Now Britton Fisher with room. Here's Samadia. Brendan Burke called him the best left wing back in the league this week. Said he was delighted to have him back. Here's Samadia. Sends it through, never gets there. Knocked away by Hamalainen. Quick counter. Hartford calling for the offside flag, but he wouldn't go up. Here's Hurst. Reed Stephen in the middle. Shoots it wide.
That was tough. I think Jordan Scarlett might just have played him on. And it's hard because Scarlett's the one that's asking for the offside. But look at...
Scarlett and Brendan Burke.
Well, yeah, but look at now Reed Stephen. He's got this ability just to be aware. He just dropped deep there to provide the option. It wasn't a good finish by Reed Stephen, which is surprising because normally he knows where the target is and the back of the net is.
Hartford is last in the league. I found this out today while watching the FA Cup final. Hartford's last in the league. They've only drawn 3 offsides this year.
Champions League final.
Champions League final.
Unless you're watching a replay of the FA Cup final from last
Champions
weekend.
League.
What, did they mention that during the broadcast?
No, I was doing homework.
Okay.
I just don't sit there like you and consume a malt liquor and watch the game.
My homework's done on a Thursday.
Well, I like to spread it out. Hey, look at the Athletic supporters on the far side.
Finally, no rain.
Yeah, sunshine on those fans in the east stands. No score. 16th minute of play. Noel. And they're going to call Noel for a foul, and he doesn't like that call. Randy's Worcester Street Pizza, the official pizza of Hartford Athletic. Stop by the stadium or visit their other Connecticut locations to enjoy some of the best pizza Connecticut has to offer. Plus, check out their new hospitality catering options at Trinity Health Stadium this year. So Anderson and Samadia both in possession to take the restart.
Keep your eye on Dee's pay at the back because he's got at least a 6-inch height differential over his marker.
Matt Thompson doesn't like the way they're lining up.
There's not many players in this league that can give...
Yeah, that's Bailey on him.
Yeah, that's 5'5",
Zico Bailey.
That's a mismatch.
Scarlett gets a header on it. It was Scarlett who hit the woodwork last week in Tulsa early on. Taken away by Samadia. Try to play give and go. Gets it back to Michi. Fires it in. Headed out of there by Gloucester of New Mexico. Try to get a through ball to Anderson, but United wouldn't allow it, and they changed fields. Reed Stevens pushes it a little bit too far ahead as he was trying to race Fisher up the near sideline, so it'll be a Hartford throw-in.
They've identified that as a battle they can win.
Reed Stevens and Fisher, yes.
Yeah, definitely. Because they know that Samadia most of the time is going to be pushed forward, so when they win the ball back, New Mexico, that is what they want isolated. They want their number 7 against Hartford's 25, because that's a battle that the New Mexico player offensively is going to win most of the time.
Good step in by Jubang. Cleared away by Coffey. Angelina chests it down in the offensive third. Dribbles through. Spun around and loses it. Try to do too much.
Correct.
Now the counter for the diminutive Bailey. Nice give to Noel. He said sprawling, and that's a foul on Macangila. And a yellow.
Totally unnecessary. But where does that come from, Joe? That comes from something you said absolutely spot on. Michi Angelina trying to do too much. Great run. But there comes a point you've got to know what your best option is. And his best option was not to keep going. It was to try and find a pass. And then immediately, this is when Hartford are in bother today because they commit bodies forward, understandably so. They're short at the back. The foul comes in on Valentin Noel. And Beverly Macangila is now living dangerously because he's on a yellow card. And we've not even played 20 minutes.
And it's his 6th yellow of the season, so... he's living dangerously in that department, too. 8 gets you a game off without pay. There you see the referee, Mark Thompson. It's going to push Hartford back inside the 18, I believe. Yep.
Well,
to form the wall.
You know exactly how far this is then. It's just short of 28 yards. And when you've got a left and a right footer over it, that keeps Anthony Siaha guessing. And with the sun in his eyes, this is an opportunity for New Mexico. Get this on target and see what happens.
Let's see who takes it. Reed Stevens, the left-footed. Sends it through, hits the crossbar. Header, played by Siaha. Reed Stevens with a bullet that hit the crossbar. And we remain scoreless here in the 21st minute. That was dangerous.
That was outstanding from the Barbadian.
Now Fisher gives it away.
Yeah, he's had a sloppy start to this game, Brenton Fisher.
Here's the counter. Bailey's shot blocked by Anderson. And it'll be the first corner of the night for New Mexico in the 21st minute.
Power's perfect, precision just lacking. If that's half a yard lower, that's in the back of the net. That was a courtesy dive from Siaha. It was so well struck.
Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Now Reed Stevens, 3 goals on the season. He's got Dayon Harris playing short. Not great size for New Mexico. Siaha leaps up as LaCava had snuck in there, and Hartford trying to quickly counter. Here's Deespe leading the charge. Up ahead for Ngalina.
Mishi was offside but didn't make a play on the ball, hence why the flag stayed down. He shouldn't have been offside in the first place, but he got away with that.
Now Hurst. Greg Hurst in his 4th year with New Mexico, 25 goals for New Mexico United in his career.
He's found a team that he scores goals for. Bit of a journeyman in Scotland and then came over here to the lower reaches of American football.
Noel plays it out wide. No score. 22nd minute. Shots are 6-1 in favor of New Mexico. 1 shot on target. 2 inside the box. 1 off the woodwork. Now Harris plays it out wide. LaCava calling for it cross field here, but they don't see him as he skirts to the middle of the pitch. Now Keller. Keller missed the early part of the season, had surgery, and this is 5th straight start tonight for Dennis Sanchez in his 3rd year leading New Mexico United.
Slightly strange, Joe, that New Mexico's back here this year.
Yeah, Dennis mentioned that when I talked to him during the week.
Normally it's 1 year there, 1 year here for the opposite conference.
Samadia recovered nicely and took it away from Reed Stevens. Here's Samadia bursting into the Hartford offensive half. Now Ngalina sends it through. Looking for the cutting Barry Coffey, but it was cleared away.
Better from Mishi, though.
Foul called on Hurst. Tried to sell it, didn't work.
That's a gentle tickle in Scotland.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. Distilled 6 times till it's tickled and just right. Tito's known for great vodka, giving back and doing good for dogs. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly. Another turnover by Hartford in the middle of the field.
Too many of them.
Nice fake by Harris there, and then he gets tripped up, and they say play on. Good tackle by Morera. Here's Williams. Now Coffey with support. Coffey in the middle for Samadi in the box.
No.
A little bit too late. Samadia never got there, and it's cleared away.
I want to see him cut on his right foot and take a shot from the edge of the box.
Yeah, don't be a facilitator. Be a shooter.
There's a time and a place. We spoke earlier about the decision-making. Michi Engalina, when he took it too far and was challenged, and then out came New Mexico. That was an opportunity. He'd done the right bit. Just there when he plays that pass, it was a kind of no-look pass when he's got a better option, for me, to have a shot, knowing his quality from the edge of the box. All about decision-making.
Third corner kick of the half for Anderson from the right of Chris Shakes. 5'10" out of Parkland, Florida. Anderson plays it short to Angelina, right back to Anderson. Far post, headed, and Shakes feels it on the bounce.
Unlucky, I like that. I like that move. If you're going to play it short, make sure there's some sort of end product. And when you play it deep and then head it back across goal, that's harder to defend. Strangely, I think both coaches will be pretty happy so far. There'll be things that they're not happy about, but on the balance of play, Hartford have looked lively when they've gone forward, but they've given it away too often. And for New Mexico, they were the width of a crossbar away from taking the lead.
Hartford 1-1-2 here at Trinity Health Stadium. Both these teams go back to Prinks Tires Cup play next weekend. Hartford against the New York Cosmos, while New Mexico plays Phoenix. Here's Angelina into the box. Sends it through. Shot goes wide by Augie Williams, but a better setup that time by Angelina. Yes? No?
Yeah, but I'm going to take you back even further. Brilliant diagonal from Deespae. Michi cutting it back. Just a really, really good move. It's a diagonal. It's played to Michi. It's cut back. It's hard to defend. The shot goes over the bar. But that, for me, is just, that's how Hartford should play, to get forward. There's so much space in behind. That was really good from Hartford, just missing an end product.
Once again, Hartford pressing. And after one pass, it's given up and played back to Siaha. You see the difference in the styles. New Mexico, not as much of a pressing team as Hartford is. Double team, take it away at midfield. New Mexico on the attack. Noel can't control. And we've got a foul on Jabang.
Yeah, I think he just clipped Seb Anderson, who was desperate to make amends after giving the ball away. Certainly wasn't there. Makingila trying to steal a good 10 yards.
Mark Thompson says no.
Ref's been good so far. There's that ball again.
Samadia will get to it first. He basically plays into the box where there was no Hartford player. Cleared away by New Mexico. Some aimless passes.
Had more time. Hartford are getting themselves into good positions. Then they're taking an extra touch, or they're trying to do that dribble when they're double teamed. It's just decision making. They're not far away.
Looking for Samadia. Never gets to him, but it'll be a Hartford throw-in.
What a difference with Samadia playing for Hartford down that left-hand side.
Night and day. Now Fisher almost lost it. Back in the middle of the captain, Scarlett. Changes fields. Anderson with a spinorama to get free. Plays it up to Morera. The service never gets there. Cleared away by Nico Hamalainen.
I like that because of Seb Anderson's bravery. We saw just a couple of minutes ago he tried something, it didn't come off, and he was double teamed. But once you have that bravery and you have that bit of ability to get free, then you do have the opportunity to get into space. You've got to take it.
You see Chris Shakes 5'10", 23-year-old from Parkland, Florida. This will be Samadia on the corner, and we saw him work some magic with those left-footed corner kicks. Never gets there.
There's your commentator curse.
Yep, cleared away by Hurst.
Give it back where it was.
Coffee couldn't get around Hamalainen, and it's last off Coffee. Select, proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Half an hour in, Mark. What do you make of it so far?
It's been very watchable. A lot more space than I thought there would be. I don't think there's much in this at all. I think that Dennis Sanchez will be very happy with what he's seen, because if you remember, half an hour in the last time Dennis was here with his team, there were 3 goals down. Right. But I think Brendan Burke will be pretty happy with what he's seen as well. It's just that little bit of extra quality with the final pass, and both sides could easily be on the scoreboard.
Both these teams among the top 10 in the league in goals against. Hartford tied for 5th. New Mexico tied for 9th. So we've got a New Mexico player down across the way at midfield.
Yeah, sometimes you've got to know when not to make the challenge. And yes, you're eager to try and win the ball back, but Seb Anderson there, a little bit over-eager and giving away the free kick. We said before the game, didn't we, when we looked at the kind of congested nature of the two Eastern and Western conferences, in that middle area, there's any team can be any other team. This is what I'm saying about Sebastian Anderson, right? Know when you can and when you can't make the challenge. He's not going to win that.
No, he's not.
The opposition doesn't need, for any team, doesn't need much invitation to go down. Just be a little bit more cautious. You don't need to try and win the ball every single time. Your opponent's going nowhere.
The Canadian native Dayon Harris was the player who went down.
Rain or shine, they're always there, aren't they?
Yep. Now the athletic trainer, Quentin Higgins, will come across the pitch.
We've got the Baza Brava, we've got the Bonanza. Always making noise, regardless of the weather.
Always clapping. 90 minutes of enthusiasm from the Hartford fans. Looking around the league, Charleston 2-0 up on Detroit. It's the only game that has a score in it. Pittsburgh and Miami in the 30th minute, as are Louisville and Tampa Bay, and Indy 11 in Rhode Island. So New Mexico will play with 10. Jabang plays it back to LaCava. LaCava double team. He tried to force the turnover, but a good job. Jabang gives it away. Deespae with good anticipation.
Good press there from Hartford.
Now Bailey. He had the goal of the year last year in USL, a 65-yarder against Detroit. Here's Hartford with numbers. Morera played it behind Coffey. Now Morera. He's taken down. Nico Bailey didn't like the call, and he gets a yellow for his efforts.
Why would you do that? But I'm speaking about Sebastian Anderson and patience that's required. And then he goes and does that. That's just silly from Zico Bailey. You boot the ball away. And that's really good from Jabang, just to say, come on, just calm down a little bit. I know you're frustrated, but this is a yellow card all day long. Not for the challenge, but he just belts the ball away. There. I mean, look at the little girl over on the far side. You're putting people in danger. Just don't be stupid.
Well, especially for aim's not good.
Honestly.
So, potentially dangerous set piece for Hartford here. from just outside the box. No score. Anderson and Samadia both standing over the ball.
If I'm Hartford, I want to see Deespe on top of this goalkeeper.
Samadia punched out by Shakes and cleared away. Look at how far out Siaha is. Whoa.
Michi's done exactly what he needed to do.
Turn, yeah.
He did, but he also said, I've got this. I've got no interest in you taking over from me here.
Ball goes out. Enter the Prinks Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on screen and enter today. Hartford, of course, the defending Prinks Tires USL Cup champions, tied with Portland atop their group, Group 5. Here's a shot right at Shakes. No great Shakes for him to make the save. Been practicing that one all week, too. Do you suffer, Mark, from back or neck pain? Well, Trinity Health of New England has the latest methods and technology to help. Their team looks at many treatment options to create a plan that's right for you. From physical therapy and pain management to advanced spine surgery, say goodbye to living with pain and get back to enjoying your daily activities. Visit trinityhealthofne.org/back. trinityhealthofne.org/back. Trinity Health of New England, we see all of you.
He's complaining, Kip Keller. He's kind of gone over the top of Augie Williams, but he's saying, hold on, he was backing into me. I'm entitled to challenge for that. That's one it's very difficult to get consistency of decision making because it's what the referee sees. And I can totally understand why Kip Keller here is saying, look, I'm going for the ball, he's backing into me. I don't think Kip Keller's done much wrong there.
No.
Hartford will take the free kick all day long, but if I'm New Mexico then I'm feeling hard done by.
So once again, both Anderson and Samadia over the ball about midway. Now the referee moves it back. So it's closer to the midfield line than it is to the box. Shot 6-2. New Mexico hasn't had a shot in a long time. Hartford's control the play without getting much to show for it. It's Anderson. The chip. Header. And foul on Hartford. When Hartford was shut out last week at Tulsa, it was the 5th time they had been shut out this year. That ties for the most in USL Championship.
But most of those games, they've had a number of decent opportunities in them.
Yep.
They did last week.
The 18 shots, 14 inside the box.
Yeah, exactly.
Trabang gets there first, almost gets run over by his own teammate. Angelina goes flying. Taken back in the middle by Keller. Giveaway. Played for Coffey. Angelina. Michi. Tried to dribble through 3 again. He's been doing that a lot tonight. Jenny Ambrosio, Mark Donaldson, and our crew. Rob Blanchard, our producer. Sir Thomas of Stanwicks directing. Aaron Palladino. Max Schwab. All with you, along with our Power Station camera crew. Now Samadia. Far post. Headed down and out. But that's the thing that you see with Emmanuel Samadia is he understands what his role is on that left wing back position.
He did everything right there. If I'm Barry Coffey, I'm not going near post. The pace is on the ball. Redirect it. When you're trying to be precise, just try and get that on target. Go back across the goal to the far post. It's a good bit of play by Samadia. And what he allows Hartford is he allows them to be more advanced in their attacking. Because Seb Anderson and Samadia, for me, are two of the best attacking wing-backs in the league. So it's up to New Mexico to come up with some sort of plan to force them back the way. But I've just noticed today, Hartford's starting position with those two attacking wing-backs is more advanced than it has been. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Mackingale, by the way, Jordan Scarlett's done really well there, the captain. He's come over to Beverly, who he knows is on a yellow card and was booked after 19 minutes. He just says, get away.
Yeah, that's what Brendan Burke is saying to him, too, from the sideline. Scarlett pleading his case with referee Matt Thompson.
I think he's pleading Mackingale's case.
Maybe. Let's get a look at it here. Here comes Beverly.
No, the referee can't see that. He's got his back turned. He's guessed. That's why it's so frustrating for Beverly. Because Beverly's on a yellow card. I totally understand that reaction. That is not a foul. The referee has got his back turned. You can't give by guessing. He's been really good so far, the referee, but don't give that if you're not sure what's happened.
Off the press, a giveaway to Coffey. No score in the 41st minute. And Galena still looking for his first USL Championship goal of the year. Mackingale from Herrera. Hartford with space in the middle. Here's Junior Herrera. Outside of the Anderson on the right. Trying to get an angle. And it's cleared away. Good defensive play that time by Gloucester.
Yeah, really good by Chris Gloucester.
So it'll be an Anderson long throw-in. See who Anderson targets here. Put some air under it, headed up in the air, and cleared out. How far out Siaha is, as it'll be a long throw in for Hartford. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, supporting partner of our community ticket program. Children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford able to come to the matches free of charge.
Got the Travelers Golf coming up in the next few weeks. It's normally the week after the US Open, which is at Shinnecock this year.
Yeah. Kids will be getting out of school soon.
Yeah.
Another few weeks.
19th of June in our region. Oh, that's gone.
That may be in the parking lot.
That will be in the parking lot.
Courtesy of Kip Keller.
New balls, please. Don't like that.
No.
Don't like that at all.
And that, that's all Britton Fisher could do there, because Hurst was coming at him like a train.
No, that's on Samadia.
Yes.
And Augie Williams is having a right go, as is Britton Fisher, quite rightly. You have the ball midway inside the opposition half. Why are you sending it back to a defender back inside your own half under pressure? It's just about decision-making.
Hartford converges on the loose ball, but it's cleared out of bounds. Last touched by New Mexico United. They have been stuck on 6 shots forever.
That's a foul by Augie. It's unnecessary.
Yeah. Went underneath Jabang.
They need to find a way to involve him a little bit more, Augie Williams, because he played as a lone striker for Pittsburgh last season, which is fine if you've got support close by. And once it clicks, it'll be fine. And Mishi Engelina and Augie Williams could be a really potent combo, but they haven't found that way just yet.
So the ball's just inside the Hartford half of the field, and here's Shakes.
Yeah, that's fine.
All the way out to trigger the set piece.
Well, it allows you to have still 2 back, which is what they've done, but an extra body to challenge for this, because as you say, they're not the tallest.
Plays it far side. Cleared away by Morera, kept in by New Mexico. The chip for Noel never gets there. Reed Stephen. Back heels intended for LaCava. Taken away by Samadia. Nice ball up to Engelina. Here's Michi. Cuts inside of Bailey. Zigzags to the middle of the pitch and goes outside to Anderson. No score. 44th minute. I would think we'll have a minimum of stoppage time, maybe 2 minutes. Hartford will maintain possession. No, they won't. New Mexico will get there first. And as predicted by your knowledgeable play-by-play man. Brignold Vineyard stoppage time. Just 2 minutes of stoppage time.
Ooh, he's caught him. It's good refereeing again. Just waiting to see if there's an advantage, which there wasn't, and going back.
These pay.
That's a card.
The injured player. It looks like it'll be Dayon Harris.
It's one of these. I don't think it's malicious. I just think it's mistimed, and it's a foul.
That's the first yellow of the year on Dayon Harris.
He's kind of already committed, isn't he? It's a yellow. It's a foul. On we go.
So it'll be Hartford with the restart. Shots are 6-3, 1 apiece on target. A scoreless first 45 as we go to stoppage time. Morera. Boxed himself into a corner, but or rather Michi banged it off a New Mexico player. So it'll be an Anderson quick throw-in. Here's Morera in the middle.
No width down the left.
Nobody there.
Exactly.
So Morera kind of in a box. Williams came out to help him.
And Augie's quite right there. He shouldn't be the one that has to go across there because he should be the one that's in the middle waiting for whoever's across there to put the ball in.
Hartford changes, feels nicely. Sent across near post. Shakes had it covered.
I just think there's a far better balance about Hartford tonight. And I explained why earlier with Samadia in and Anderson. Samadia's average position is very advanced and it's more central. All Hartford are lacking is a little bit of quality in the final third. Apart from that one time where he gave a foul against Beverly Macangila, referee Matt Thompson, I think, has been excellent in this first half. We're quick to have a go when it's deserved, or we think it's deserved, and I think it's only fair when you get a performance from an official, because you can tell that Brendan Burke's not really been off his seat much in the first half towards the referee, and the fourth official's had a nice easy night so far.
Called for an offside once, but other than that...
Yeah, and I think the officials got that right. I think Jordan Scarlett was playing him on.
Brendan got a yellow at Tulsa, and we have reached halftime. I would say a relatively evenly played first half.
Good first half, yeah. I think there's plenty positives for both coaches, and when Dennis and Brendan get their players back in, I think they accentuate the positives. I think from a Hartford perspective, it's just that decision-making in the final third, that little bit of extra quality, because where they're playing the game right now is in an advanced position, and it's been excellent. From a New Mexico perspective, it was a better first half to the first half than second half to the first half, if you know what I mean.
The problem is I know exactly what you mean, which has me somewhat scared.
Is going to
we go to our break at halftime. 0-0, Hartford Athletic and New Mexico United.
If anyone thinks cancer is going to define you, they've got another thing coming. We know you are more than someone healing their heart. At Trinity Health, we know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient, the fear, the joy, the journey. Bringing you the expert medical teams and state-of-the-art technological advancements of a national health system, along with the personalized care that helps you feel better. Because we see all of you.
The Great Fire of 1835 forced most insurance companies to close, but not us. The day our founders pitched in to pay every claim is the day the Hartford became the Hartford.
Week 13 of championship play is upon us. Alex Cernali, center back from San Antonio FC, joins us to talk their incredible start and why they deserve to be the #1 team in the Western Conference. What's gone wrong in Louisville? What's going right for the Tampa Bay Rowdies? 10 games unbeaten to start the year. What is the best game on the docket this weekend? Stick around. This is USL All Access.
New Mexico and Hartford deadlocked in a scoreless first half, evenly played, and both teams, Mark, had at least one opportunity to get on the board.
Yeah, slightly surprised we've not seen a goal just yet. I think if this continues, the likelihood is we'll see at least one in the second half.
Let's get to our first half highlights, such as they are in a scoreless game.
They just get in each other's way, don't they? Michi Angelina and Augie Williams, and then Samadia with the effort. It's a really good block. But again, getting it wide, getting it in, it's so much harder to defend when you get to the byline and then cut it back. And that's really good defending. Next time Samadia will know he needs to put a little bit of height on that. This is just a brilliant free kick. Everything except the back of the net from Niall Reid-Stephen. It was a silly free kick to give away in the first instance by Beverly Makingila, and they were so nearly punished.
And that was the closest we came to a goal in the opening 45. Let's get a look at the first half stats. And when you look at New Mexico, those 6 shots, I think, came in the first 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's why when I was trying to explain, they were better to begin with, and then they kind of retreated a little bit more. That would be the only concern I would have if I was Dennis Sanchez, just to try and get more of an offensive threat for New Mexico, because they haven't really looked like conceding. However, they haven't really troubled Anthony Siaha since that free kick that came off the bar.
So the World Cup is right around the corner, and the USL will play a role in it. Let's get a look at what the USL will do to help out the rest of the world.
Before the World Cup can begin, 48 national teams need a home, and home is a lot more than a practice field.
They wanted a beautiful grass field and in a sort of secure facility with great access to gyms and all the other pieces around.
Dan Rutstein had the honor of handing the keys to Orange County SC's entire facility to the U.S. men's national team. Why does it matter to you to have the U.S. national team at your facility?
Look, if you can't get excited about a World Cup, then we shouldn't be in this business. It's obviously an enormous opportunity. We're happy for them. It's a great facility. We're happy for us. We're happy for our fans. So we can be talked about in the same breath as the home nation in a home World Cup.
Orange County is joined by the Oakland Roots, who will host the Australian national team, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting first-time World Cup team Cape Verde. When clubs spend multiple weeks in one building, the facility must accommodate an entire support system, not just the players. In a large country like the United States, travel can take a toll. Cape Verde's Tampa home sets up short flights to Atlanta, Miami, and Houston for its group matches. Australia will play matches in Vancouver, Seattle, and nearby Santa Clara. The U.S. team's longest journey is Seattle, sandwiched between 2 group matches in Los Angeles. But as the World Cup takes place, it's business as usual for the USL Championship. For Orange County, a worthwhile temporary adjustment.
We're still training next door. The short-term pain of being not allowed to use our stadium for the medium and long-term gain of working with the US national team, we could never say no to an opportunity like that.
Sometimes the waves are calling your name. Other times, you think the waves are calling your name, but actually, it's the kids. This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Trinity Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized health care that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see all of you.
I think Idahoans have been clamoring for something that is theirs.
I feel a big sense of responsibility to do this right. You only get one first season.
For me, without soccer, it's like there's no air. Having it here, I feel like I can breathe again. Boise's never had anything like this.
Gainbridge outside to Romero. Romero with the crossing attempt. Oh, a beautiful strike. There's Locadia. Running players shield New City. Now have to defend here. Locadia. There's his brace. Uh-oh, Locadia for the hat trick. He's got it. A mistake cashed in by Jurgen Locadia. The man who will be playing in the 2026 FIFA World Cup has his hat trick, and Miami is on their way.
The first half is in the books in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying the match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with the headlines for the week. FC Tulsa goalkeeper Alex Tembakis collected his 60th career shutout in a big 2-0 win over Hartford Athletic. That's 3 straight wins and 4 unbeaten for the Scissortails as they climb to 4th in the Western Conference standings. Monterey Bay earned its first league victory of the season with a pair of second-half goals and a 2-0 win over Birmingham Legion. The club sits 8 points below the playoff line heading into the weekend. And Orange County opened its temporary home stadium with a 3-2 win over the Oakland Roots. It was an exciting night for the club as it packed a record 7,651 fans into Santa Ana Stadium, Orange County's home field, while the U.S. national team trains at Championship Soccer Stadium for the World Cup. Speaking of the World Cup, congratulations to 2 more USL players, Eloy Roam and Jurgen Locadia, both from Miami FC, getting called up by Curacao. Locadia just completed a hat trick in a win over Louisville City. League One and the USL Championship have loaded the month of June with national spotlight broadcasts. CBS Sports Network will feature the Tampa Bay Rowdies and Charleston Battery and Las Vegas Lights against Orange County. ESPN2 will feature Forward Madison against Fort Wayne. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back to your match.
Second half next, scoreless between New Mexico United and Hartford Athletic here on ESPN Plus, The Wax, and NM50.
If anyone thinks cancer is going to define you, they've got another thing coming. We know you are more than someone healing their heart. At Trinity Health, we know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient, the fear, the joy, the journey. Bringing you the expert medical teams and state-of-the-art technological advancements of a national health system, along with the personalized care that helps you feel better. Because we see all of you.
The Great Fire of 1835 forced most insurance companies to close, but not us. The day our founders pitched in to pay every claim is the day the Hartford became the Hartford.
LazFly is the leader in airport parking at Bradley International. Save 20% by pre-booking on lazfly.com. LazFly is a proud supporter of Hartford Athletic.
Jody Ambrosio, Mark Donaldson, back at Trinity Health Stadium. Both teams with the same 11 that played the opening half. What adjustments do you expect to see, Coach?
From a Hartford perspective, I think they need to hunt in packs a little bit better, get closer to their intended target, so they've got two options for a knockdown. And from a New Mexico perspective, find that attacking sense that they had in the first 25 minutes of the first half. And it's funny, you mentioned earlier watching the Champions League final earlier today, kicking the ball out and then putting the pressure on from the defensive throw.
That's
exactly what they did to
New
start.
Mexico did to start, but here's Hartford on the counter. Samadia plays it back to Britton Fisher. Up the far sideline. Here's Samadia. Chips it in, never gets there. Keller plays it away, but Fisher controls for Hartford.
By the way, that was their 20th cross today, Hartford. The average in a whole game this season, 18. And that was the 20th. So with Samadia now in and getting it forward quicker, they're able to get the crosses in, and that looked offside.
Yeah, Williams looked offside.
Yeah, good call. Good call. By
First offside
Sikazu
of the night for Hartford.
Yeah, Fisher's been good tonight. You can see what the difference that Samadia makes just from a balance perspective.
Right.
Because it's easier to defend against Hartford and to set up a team against Hartford when you know that they're stronger on one side and weaker on the other. But they don't have that kind of weakness now with Samadia there. And they are getting it wide. And it's not getting to the byline and cutting it back all the time. They're getting more crosses in. I like that from Hartford today.
Each keeper called on to make one save so far. Played in the middle. Good work by Jabang. Now Noel. The Frenchman plays it back.
It's just a little nibble at the heels.
Well, why wouldn't the referee call play on there since they maintain possession?
Because it's an easy way to advance it 20 yards for New Mexico. For me, I'm totally with you. I don't want the referee to spoil what I thought was a very good performance from him. That could easily have been allowed to play. It's similar in the first half when remember the challenge over the top that was made by Kip Keller? That could easily have just been a play on. I didn't think that was a necessary foul.
So Noel just clear played the ball to Siaha and gave up possession. Now they start to press. Anderson and Coffey with the head game. Coffey up the right wing. Sends it through, never gets there.
It's not a handball because his hands were by his side, but I like that. It's getting it forward quicker that Hartford have been able to do today. That's been far more impressive. This is much better from what Brendan Burke is hoping to do.
Hamalainen sends it out for the fifth corner of the night for Hartford Athletic. Emmanuel Samadi, in his first start of the year, played 29 minutes last week in the loss in Oklahoma against FC Tulsa. Plays it out. Shakes, goes up. Deespae puts him down.
So plays haven't been great for Hartford tonight, have they?
No, not as good as they usually are.
Yeah, they're normally pretty good. He's not the tall. He's a brave goalkeeper, but he's not the tallest. And Hartford
He's sturdy.
Yes, he is, but he's no match for Deespae.
Right. He's sturdy like I would refer to you as sturdy.
I'd refer to myself as a lot worse than that, but yes.
You don't give yourself enough credit for being the fine specimen that you are. Here's Valentin Noel.
Thick.
Middle of the
how I would describe myself.
Middle of the pitch. Here's Bailey going back for it. New Mexico in the familiar black and yellow. Hartford in the all-green kits. Here's Noel pushing forward. Wide open in the middle is Hurst, the Scotsman. LaCava plays it up on the right. Here's a left-footed shot that's blocked. Reed Stephen loaded up that cannon. Played across, and Deespae on the 6th. Can't get it out. Gloucester plays it to Harris, and it'll be a Hartford throw-in. Today's injury report brought to you by the Flood Law Firm. Real trial lawyers, real results. Visit thefloodlawfirm.com. And one thing you don't see because he's not injured, Samuel Carriaga serving his one-game red card suspension. And Galena, nice bit of dribbling into the box. Shoots it wide.
3 to aim for there. And look, it's gone out with no one touching it, so it goes down as not the best ball into the area. However, the 3 kind of make the same run. I just want to see a little bit of difference with the run. Look at the 3 of them there. They're all kind of in that area.
Yep.
So if it's not in that area, then none of them are going to get it. Let's see a little bit of kind of different runs made to provide different options for Mishi.
Hartford almost turned it over.
Yeah, they did.
Forced New Mexico to turn it over. Now Hamalainen. Deespae in a battle with the much smaller Zico Bailey.
I'd be surprised if New Mexico don't do more of that, because that ball is on all the time. It keeps Hartford on their heels as well, the longer ball.
Here's Engelina against LaCava. Puts it in, deflected out. Corner kick, Hartford. Hartford Athletic games are better with friends. Unlock discounted tickets when you purchase 10 or more to any match. For more information, head to hartfordathletic.com/group.
I think Mishi could be the key tonight for Hartford in the second half.
You can tell the symmetry between him
they're getting there.
and Samadia, right?
They're getting there.
Yeah.
I think Samadia being back is a big help for Mishi.
It'll be Anderson to trigger the corner kick from the southeast corner of the park. In swinger. Hurst is back to help out.
I want to see a deep one and then headed back.
Anderson chips it in again. Shakes comes out at the 6 to make the play. Long throw up the field.
Really
Hurst
good.
couldn't control. Good job defensively that time by Hartford. Now here's Morera. Or rather, make it Hoggy Williams.
It was Morera who was in possession.
Morera,
Yeah, it was Morera originally who got back really well. Good switch.
Play it to Samadi on the far side.
There's an example, Joe, you mentioned about what to do. The switch was good, but he's got to go back the way now. He needs to have someone that's closer to him.
Hartford controlling the ball here in the first moments of the second half. Coffey tried to get it to him on a overlap, but Keller had him covered and shakes again, comes out, makes the play. Our match tonight brought to you by Central Connecticut State University. No score, 53rd minute. Played up ahead for Reed Stevens as he switches to the left side. In a foot race with Dispe, who was sent sprawling.
He's done well there.
Yeah.
The extent of whether or not he's hurt or the extent of how much he's hurt, I'm not convinced. I just think he's done really well to alert the referee that, come on, ref, that's a free kick for Hartford. Because he's not an easy player to keep up with.
Watch Dispe here.
Yeah, I mean,
it didn't look like much.
No, Reed Stephen is very quick. I think that's just, it's really good play from Dispe to keep up and get his body in front. He's bought the free kick, but everybody does it. Doesn't make it right. But seriously, it's smart.
Volleyed up in the air. Good job by Coffey to come in and help out. Now Williams. Doubled. Anderson with the back heel, but Hamalainen will get there first. Bailey, good play back in the box to Jabang. And Uzman knocks it to midfield where it's taken back by Britton Fisher. Fisher had a turnover early that almost proved costly, but he's been pretty steady.
And there's that ball again that's causing New Mexico a lot of problems. They've clearly identified that is a ball that they can have some success with, and it's led to another corner from Hartford. Getting the corners hasn't been the problem tonight. The quality of them.
With them, right?
That's right. The quality of them needs to be better.
See what Samadia pulls out of his barrel, rather Anderson pulls out of his bag of tricks here. As we get to the 55th minute.
Arsenal, a lot of the time this season when they won the Premier League, they played it deep and then it was headed back or headed in. Let's see if they can do something rather than not beating the first man.
Never gets there, Hurst. Yeah. Now Samadia, blocked by Hurst. Cleared up field. Here's Gloucester on the run out. Plays it to Reed Stephen in the box. The shot saved by Siaha.
I tell you what.
But the flag is up.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. It might be right, but because it was such a quick break, the decision by Miklos Hendricks, the far side assistant, he might have been right, but it's very difficult to make that call when you're on the move and he's sprinting back. Let's have a look at this. It's really good play by Chris Gloucester.
Yeah, I think he is. Close.
It's hard. You can't tell. I'll defer to the assistant who, even though he was running towards it, has a better view. It probably was, but again, we weren't in line.
Played up ahead on the left. Hartford on the attack, into the box. Coffey got ahead on it. Anderson will chase it down on the near touchline. Sends it through, headed out of danger by Keller.
It's a foul and a yellow card.
Coffey's going to get a yellow.
That's Britton Fisher.
Or, I'm sorry, Fisher.
Yeah. He's tried to get there as quick as he could, but it's not quick enough. And it's an easy call by the referee. But what we've seen Hartford now taking chances. They're committing bodies forward. They're thinking, okay, well, fine. We might be susceptible to a quick counter.
First yellow on the year on the North Carolina native Britton Fisher, and the New Mexico player is still down for the second time.
Yeah.
Athletic trainer Quentin Higgins is being called onto the pitch. Hartford with a temporary goalkeeper coach because Dan Gaspar is with the Ghana national team as they prepare for World Cup action. So Robert Montenero helping out with the keepers with Anthony Siaha and Enzo Carvalho.
Dan doesn't need to go far. Ghana playing England at Foxborough. In one of their games, England playing in Dallas and in Foxborough, and then then at MetLife.
Your squad is nearby.
We are. First 2 games for Scotland up at Foxborough. It's only $3,400 round trip to get the train from South Station down to. I mean, come on, that's naughty.
It's a little obscene.
It's a little obscene what they've done to transport fans from South Station in Boston, and initially, certainly in New Jersey, to get the train from Secaucus, from Penn. That was a little bit. I know they've brought the price down a little bit, but I remember World Cups used to be a gathering of football fans and not a kind of greed and gluttonous kind of decision making. When
there's a guy in a Red Sox hat.
Yeah.
So the New Mexico player is up. There's Brendan Burke, 3rd year at the helm, much like Dennis Sanchez. Against Detroit City, Brendan got the 100th win of his head coaching career. Before the game, Anthony Siaha getting a ceremonial jersey with the number 300 on it to signify his 300th save in USL Championship.
It was the 14th foul committed by Hartford in this game. A physical aspect certainly on show this evening. You've got to be. You've got to be, but it's got to be a bit better with your timing of the tackles.
Well, they came in with the 4th fewest fouls in league play. These are 2 teams that don't foul a lot normally. Played upfield for Williams in a foot race. He's not going to get there.
It's good defending.
Good job that time done by Nico Hamalainen. Last year played in Norway. He's also played in England and for the Queen's Park Rangers. Looks like we're getting our first substitute of the night for Hartford. Could it be Sadat Anaku? That looks like who they're talking to. Foul on Deespe in front of the Hartford bench.
It's an interesting one as to who might come off.
Could it be Williams?
Could be. I mean, it's not been for the want of trying from Augie today, but he's not had many looks, has he?
Shots are now 8 apiece. Pretty indicative of the even nature of the match. There's a giveaway. They just can't get it to Williams.
It's just that little bit of quality there. Coffee with the pass that went astray.
Now Chris Gloucester.
Effort today from both sets of players has been excellent.
Good tackle by Junior Moreira. Hurst went for the shoulder tackle. Moreira didn't bite. Good play by Gloucester to knock it away from Anderson, who was streaking up the west sideline. Yeah, it will be Sadat Anaku.
Bearing in mind he's kind of played on the left-hand side in that ill-fated game where he played at left wing-back and it didn't work. Mishi's another option, but I mean, I don't know if they can be much more adventurous than they are if they want to do so. Junior Moreira, although I think he's had a good game.
Long throw by Anderson. Never gets through. That did not go as planned for Jake LaCava. And we get word it's going to be Junior Moreira.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for it. That is very attack-minded.
Played in. Here's Samadia. Deespe with room. Turns, sends it towards the goal, and it goes over the goal.
Really like this upcoming change because you could do like for like, or you could say, you know what? We're going to push maybe Beverly a little bit further forward and have him in central midfield and maybe just bring Barry Coffey a little bit deeper so they can be a pair. And you're going 3-4-3. Like this change a lot. And by the way, I think Junior Moreira has had an outstanding game so far.
Flourish, proud to be the official catering partner of Hartford Athletic, providing healthy and delicious catering, meal prep, and takeout. Visit them online at flourishhartford.com or stop by their flyby location at 72 New Park Avenue in Hartford.
The other thing with that, Joe, is we've spoken before, if there is a weak link in the defense for New Mexico, it's probably Jake LaCava. So Sanat Anaku kind of playing on that left-hand side along with Mishi and support from Augie. Totally get that from Brendan Burke. I like that change.
8th match of the year for the Nigerian teenager. No score. 63rd minute. We get another corner kick. Eighth corner for Hartford. There's been only one for New Mexico, but the Hartford corners have not amounted to any substantial threat at all. In fact, at times it seemed like a detriment.
This is probably New Mexico's best chance of an attack.
On a Hartford corner.
On a Hartford corner because
so
they've
far,
been
yeah.
so poor, yeah. Get it deep. Aim for D's pay.
It's Anderson to take it. Up in the air and cleared.
Was aimed at D's pay.
Yeah. Went right over his head. Here's Augie Williams. Just gives it away in the box and cleared away.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be the first to say that's not his role, and he should be in the middle, but that shows the work ethic of him getting into that position.
An hour in, a little more than an hour in, with no score. Gloucester didn't get much on that. Hartford keeps possession. Engelina tried to cut it across, and Keller will clear it away.
I love that from Seb Anderson, by the way.
Hartford maintaining possession. The ball has been decidedly down the south end of the park, but then it's taken away. New Mexico kind of a slow break up the field, waiting to get numbers. Now Usman Jabang. And they play it back to Chris Shakes. Soccer season is here. SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Now you see a pair of 17s, Anaku and LaCava.
Ooh.
Off a turnover. Here's Jabang. Had Bailey in the middle, instead goes back with it. Now Hurst. Good job by Anaku to come back and help. New Mexico keeps possession and then gives it away.
I'm going to make a prediction.
Okay.
If New Mexico score, it will not be as a result of a prolonged build-up when they've had possession. It will be shortly after Hartford have had the ball and have given it away.
They're getting Justin Renix, set to be their first sub of the night up front. Williams kind of hesitated going for that, and it gave Jabang a chance to field it. He slips down on the turf.
That's a foul.
Well, he called the foul. So Harris's night will be over.
Yeah,
Renix will come in.
Not as lively as Reed Stephen on the other side.
Here's Reed Stephen. Plays it back to Nico Bailey. This is one of the few times in the half that New Mexico has completed passes consecutively in the Hartford end. And just as I say that, Anaku can't get it away from Gloucester, though. Here's Jabang. For Gloucester, and Scarlett was there to knock it away.
That was an outstanding clearance. It really was. And then the foul. Brilliant from Jordan Scarlett.
Westfield Bank, the regional community bank that's focused on its customers and their financial security. The communities we share and the teams we root for. Westfield Bank. What better banking is all about, online at westfieldbank.com. Member FDIC. So Dayon Harris will come out for Renix, and Gideon Zalalam will come in, and Zico Bailey's night will come to an end. Just the 6th game for Zalalam, who has some MLS experience. Renix spent the last 2 years in Finland, and looks like Babako Njai is getting set to come in for Hartford. 67 minutes in, no score. Who do you think Njai comes in for? He's probably going to come in for Samadia.
Probably, given that Samadia's maybe not quite ready for 90 minutes yet, given that this is his first start. That would just be a like-for-like change. And his impact hasn't been as strong.
And it will be Babakar Njai for Emmanuel Samadia, who, for not being in totally fit shape, had a pretty good game, I thought. And you can see the chemistry between him and Michi Ngalina, though it didn't result in any goals for Ngalina.
I think with Samadia fit, and this was a really good, 68 minutes.
Yep.
And no wonder Brendan Burke's giving him a round of applause. He's run out of gas in the tank. I thought he was outstanding tonight, and it just provides them with so much more balance. And by the way, that's not a bad replacement.
No, Njai's good wing back.
Yes,
very good wing back.
They had zero when Samadia wasn't in the country, and Njai wasn't available, and Real was hurt. And now they've got a...
Well, they had to play people out of position then, and sometimes it showed.
TJ did all right there, but Anaku, that didn't work. And Brendan admitted that. It is what it is. It's a strong area. This is worth the chase.
Shakes, waits for the ball to come to him, and makes the play. 69th minute, no score. Hartford, New Mexico United. Deespain knocks it into the west stands away from Greg Hurst, who has been quiet. His only 2 goals of the year came in one match. That was the 2-2 draw with El Paso. Gloucester to throw it in, eventually. And they give it away. Hey, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. That's how I spent the first half of the Champions League final, listening on the radio. Great job. Here's a threat for New Mexico. Here's a shot. Whistled wide. It was Renix.
I thought there was a little bit of excess contact there. He might have a case,
20 yards out.
Yeah, he might have a case. Given what we've seen referee Matt Thompson blow for tonight, and there have been a couple of really soft ones, he's definitely got a case, Renix, to say that should have been a free kick.
Massachusetts native, playing close to his home territory. There's a takedown. Foul is called. McIngilla, the victim there.
Fairness.
For Mickey Williams.
The referee hasn't missed much tonight, apart from that one decision where he had his back turned and he guessed.
It was Gideon Zalalem.
He's an interesting one. I remember when he came over to Scotland, played for Rangers 10 years ago. He was a youth at Arsenal, German underage international. They had high hopes for him, and then he switched to the US, and his career kind of needs a bit of a reset now, but he's a talent, although he is 29.
Here's Anderson. Never gets through. They've done a good job of loading the box when Hartford's got the ball in the offensive third. Little miscommunication there. Anaku couldn't control.
I think that's a really good point. I think that's an excellent point to identify how well New Mexico has done. I said just after half-time, that was the 20th cross in. They've dealt so well with that, and free kicks and corner kicks. They're defending. And we said that right at the start, didn't we? Because they know that they're a side like they did in their last game against Charleston, that one goal a lot of the time is enough. This is crazy.
Shakes lucky to get that ball off.
It was a horrible ball back to him by Hamalainen.
Lakava knocks it off. Anaku, 17-on-17 crime on the far side. Price Chopper is an official partner of Hartford Athletic. Soccer fans save 15% with your Advantage Edge card off general admission tickets to all Hartford Athletic home games here at Trinity Health Stadium. Visit PriceChopper.com for more details on this amazing offer. Still waiting for the first goal of the match here in the 73rd minute. Jody Ambrosio, Mark Donaldson, and the crew. Rob Blanchard, Tom Stanwicks.
If you're the goalie, you're like,
what are you doing to me?
Right?
Now Renix, former Indiana University star. Also saw time in MLS with the Revs. Now Zilalem gets it back in the middle. Triple team finds Jabang. Over the last few minutes, they've done a better job of linking passes together in the offensive half, but they're going side to side. They're not going north-south.
But at least they're in possession, and Justin Rennick's bringing him on is an excellent decision because you now have more of a focal point and a mover as well.
Now Zilalem. Boy, they've possessed the ball for almost a minute here.
It's not a bad thing because it means you're not chasing it.
In the middle. Amalainen. Taken away by Hartford. Good job by the Hartford back four. Deespe. Referee almost got in the way there. Here's Anderson, pushes up ahead, but Shakes will get there. And covers it up.
I know they haven't scored Hartford, but I think they've played up until the final third. I think they've been excellent tonight. I think this is what Brendan Burke is hoping for. You get rid of the little individual mistakes, the bad decision making in the final third.
Well, Hartford's pushing it, Mark. They have 49 final third entries. Played up the far side. Keller comes over. Heads it out. It'll be a Hartford throw-in.
No, he's given a foul against
Anaku.
Yeah. And I don't think it's a foul that needs to be committed by Anaku because you've got the opposition under pressure.
Augie Williams over pleading Anaku's case. Matt Thompson's doesn't appear to be that interested in it, as Keller was limping away.
Well, let's be fair here. That is kind of similar to Deespe at the other end.
Yep.
Who maybe accentuated how much contact there was. I think both were free kicks.
Andres Hernandez getting ready to report in for Athletic.
Came from an offside position there, Justin Rennick's.
Flag was up.
It's funny how football's very subjective when you watch it. I've enjoyed this game because I've seen a lot of different things, and having seen Hartford every week, I've seen a lot of improvement and a better balance and a better position for Hartford to attack, even though it's still 0-0.
Anaku on the far side can't control. Hernandez will come in for Barry Coffey in the 74th minute.
I'd want to see Coffey have a little bit more impact going forward. And I know he had his injury as well that kept him out for a few weeks and maybe not quite ready for the 90 yet. But I like him playing more central. And I think him and Carriaga together, because Carriaga will come back in, you would think, next week against the Cosmos, because Brendan will take that very seriously. He wants to top that group and get through in a competition that Hartford is defending. Once they get one or two back, I think they'll be in good shape. They just need to find a way to get Mishi and Augie Williams among the goals.
Meanwhile, New Mexico in USL Prince Cup, they have only one USL 1 team in. They already beat AV Alta. Sent in, up in the air. Shakes will get there and pluck it out of midair. But to get back to that, they also have Orange County, El Paso, Phoenix, New Mexico, and the Switchbacks. Hartford with possession.
Yeah, they can't be offside either.
Player down.
On the goal line. Now it's going to be stopped. Brendan Burke's asking why, if it's not a head knock. But if it's a serious injury, the referee is within his rights to say that needs stopped. And his teammates, they want immediate help from the medical staff.
Whoever's down is holding their knee.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see this again.
Let's see what we can see here. This is the cross. That's LaCava.
Yeah, it's the way he's landed, isn't it?
Looks like Jake LaCava. So trainer Quentin Higgins out to attend to the New York native.
While he's attending to him, the referee came across, had a very adult discussion with Brendan Burke, who appreciated what was said by the referee. And look, when you have a head knock, the onus is on the referee to stop the play. But when you don't have a head knock, it's difficult because the referee has to kind of come. He's got to be a doctor at the same time and try and judge the severity. But when you've got the player who's down's teammates are kind of all saying, "Oh, come on, stop." Yeah, I think that's good officiating by the referee, and also to come across and to explain. I think if you spoke with Brendan Burke after this game about the officials, I think he would say he's probably one of the better ones that Hartford have had this season.
So LaCava is up as you look at Anthony Siaha. So that will be it. And Malik Howell, the Jamaican national, will come in for LaCava. eFootball is here. Live your dream. Rep your team and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball, free to play. Download now. So Hartford on the road for their USL Prinks Tires Cup match next week against the Cosmos. Then they go into the Lions Den in Tampa Bay against Rowdies. And then they're home on the 20th against Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who knocked them out of the USL playoffs last year.
On penalties before going on to win the whole thing against FC Tulsa. Pittsburgh 2-up against Miami with same number of minutes played. Remember as well, the last time Hartford was here against Detroit, they had that late concession of the own goal, but then the winner just a minute from time. So there's plenty of time left for a winner in this game.
Nice ball by Engelina. Anderson can't get it through, though. Blocked by Zalalem. Hartford wanted a handball.
No.
At least somebody on the Hartford's... At least the Hartford fan wanted a handball.
I want Scotland to win the World Cup. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Sure, if you wish it, it'll come through. Come on.
Yes, come on now.
Please.
The wishes have to be with a modicum of realism.
Here's a long-distance shot. Easily played ankle high by Shakes.
Don't mind that from Hernandez.
Andres Hernandez is sixth time subbed into a game this year. He got one start.
It's an opportunity for him, isn't it?
Hartford dominating possession here in the second half, though, for the game. New Mexico with 53% of the ball, 53% of the time. Chipped across. Hartford can't keep it in.
That for me, is an example of the work rate you get from Augie Williams. I mean, what are we, in the 81st minute? He's still sprinting to try and keep it in. He's a super lad. He's very fit. He just needs goals. And he's a goal scorer, so they'll come.
Well, he needs service. Speaking of service, good segue, Joe. Modern Chiropractic delivers holistic, state-of-the-art care for back pain, neck pain, auto injury recovery, and more. Their focus isn't just on alleviating symptoms. They strive to find and fix root causes, helping patients regain lasting health and wellness. Visit them in Newington today. No score, 82nd minute. Hanaku with a little okey-doke, trying to get outside of Jabang, who has him cornered in. Plays it back, and that is high, far, and gone. Onto the top of the suites behind the south goal. Almost looked like the penalty kick that ended the Champions League.
That still hasn't gone back down to terra firma. No, Gabriel.
He'll sleep about a week from Tuesday for the first time.
For about an hour.
And then wake up screaming.
Hot sweat.
No score. Only 3 shots on target. Hartford, for all their possession here in the second half, does not have a shot on target.
Yeah, that'd be the one thing that I've said it. They've been very, very good up until the final third, and it just hasn't clicked, hasn't worked, or decision making or whatever. The rest of it's been pretty good.
Oh, Hernandez got kicked in the head.
Yeah, it's a good decision by the referee to just stop play and make sure he's okay.
Andres Hernandez took a high boot. He's up. The 5-5 El Salvador national.
I think this week's about putting the ball in the back of the net in training, because it's going to be similar against the Cosmos. They're going to have a lot of the ball. They just need to find a way at the back of the net.
Well, and total goals could be a tiebreaker.
Indeed. That's good refereeing again. He's been excellent today.
Thompson getting yelled at by Coach Sanchez. Yelled right back at him. Gave it back to him.
Love it. More of that. Not going by what the old retired ref in the stand says.
Jabang is so good in the midfield for them, for New Mexico.
Solid, isn't he? Just a protector.
Now Dizpay.
Another good ball.
Plays it up the far side. Njai. Reed Stephen had him cornered. It'll be a Hartford throw-in.
This is a side that reached their conference final last year as well.
Yeah. And won the West in 2024. They've been to the... New Mexico's been to the playoffs 4 years in a row.
Solid under Dennis Sanchez.
Served as an assistant at Charleston under Ben Pierman before heading to the land of enchantment. I love that name. Headed away by Jabang. Played up ahead. Couple of subs getting set to come in for Manchester United. I'll be all right. New Mexico United.
I know the Rolling Stones have played here, but Manchester United haven't been at Trinity Health.
First sub will be Christian Nava coming into the game for Reed Stephen. Christian Nava, who was thought he was going to retire, he had not one but two torn ACLs, but the Albuquerque native has come back. Hurst's night is over, and Luther Archimede playing his 100th USL match coming into the game for Reed Stephen.
I never thought I'd get the opportunity to mention. I've read about it, but I never thought I'd get the opportunity to mention it. The Rolling Stones played here in June 1966.
Little bit different looking facility back then.
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Here's Angelina racing up the near side. Knocked out. Boy, this is one of the first times tonight that we've seen Brendan Burke jump off the bench in anger.
So, we've gone from a Hartford throw right at the corner flag, which they should have had, and the refs brought it back for a free kick inside the Hartford half. That's unnecessary. Now he's saying a throw. Good. Good. So there's an example.
Good officiating.
Bad, but then good. Rectifying an error.
Sure.
Good on him.
If we made errors, we'd be able to rectify them. Tonight's Hartford Business Journal Business Alliance partner of the match, Lindenmeyer Monroe.
Oh, indeed.
So here's Anderson with a deep throw-in the 86th minute of a scoreless tie. Headed away by Gloucester. Rennick's trying to run onto it. McIngila takes him down, and that's
Second
it for the
yellow.
night.
Yep, he's off.
Hartford will be a man down for the rest of the night.
And Beverly will be suspended for
the Tampa Bay Rowdies game.
Yeah.
Second straight week that Hartford's absorbed a red card. And really, there was nothing Matt Thompson could do about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a tug of the jersey. There's referee couldn't be closer.
It's the third red card of McIngela's USL career. So it'll be 11 v 10 for the final 3 minutes plus whatever stoppage time we have, which will be considerably more than the 2 minutes we had at the end of the first half. Nico Heimelainen will restart.
Brendan Burke's just having a word with the fourth official and saying, look, the thing that led to the throw-in, which you gave a free kick for, should have been a yellow card initially. Yeah, probably right, but...
Foul at the 18. He's getting a little unkempt here. That was Archimede. Hartford with a quick restart, but they give it away. Why?
They had a man down and they put their player into trouble. They could lose a goal here.
Here's Jabang in the middle for Renix.
It's a good no call.
Hernandez with a good tackle to take it away. Williams races for it. He's got Anaku in support. Here's Augie Williams, plays it through behind Engelina. Hartford will get to it in the person of Anderson. Once again, though, Hartford's just not done anything with the entries from the wings.
A lot of them, but not many with quality.
Keller with the header to get it out of danger. And there's a jersey pulled by Hernandez.
I tell you what, Justin Renix, since coming on, has been an absolute handful for Hartford. He's been excellent.
First red of the year, or first yellow of the year for Hernandez here in the 89th minute.
It's an easy one.
Yeah. Wait, look at him. He grabbed him. I mean, you could see the fabric pulling off. So I think that's a pretty easy call. So the restart from midfield by Gideon Zalalem, one of the subs that Dennis Sanchez has employed tonight. New Mexico a man up. Headed towards the goal, but Siaha at the 6. Uses that 6'5" frame to get to it. Then a warning for delay on New Mexico, getting in Siaha's way. And Shakes comes out and feels it. Brignold Vineyard stoppage time will have 6 minutes for somebody to get a goal and avoid the 12th scoreless draw in USL Championship this year. Good job by Anaku to strip Jabang from behind. But Hartford gives it right back away. Renix has done a lot since coming in. Here's Zalalem. New Mexico is played better in this. It's been interesting, Mark. The first half of each half, Hartford's played better. The second half of each half, New Mexico has played better. Yes, no, you don't agree?
Second half, yes. First half, Hartford ended the half better. Hartford probably started the better in the first half. Then New Mexico had the 20-minute spell.
Yeah.
And then Hartford ended the half better. I just think New Mexico, I know they've given away a free kick here, which is an interesting one because it's the same. It's Kip Keller again. He's saying, how's that a free kick? I have to say, New Mexico tonight have defended as they normally have done in recent weeks. Because remember, it was a mistake against Tampa Bay that cost them a goal there. They've been outstanding. That for me is, I think Hartford are fortunate to get that decision, and I'm totally with Kip Keller. That's a harsh one.
So, from about 28, 30 yards out.
It's a big chance.
Hartford looks like they have a team meeting over the ball. Now they disperse.
Found Njai here on the left foot. It's within range.
Njai and Hernandez talking it over. Looks like Keller was bleeding from his left arm.
Remember the free kick in the 20th minute that Reed Stephen hit the bar?
Yep.
It was pretty much exact, just maybe a yard further out because the wall's right on the 18-yard box.
Never gets through, blocked by Jabang in the wall and cleared away. Played up ahead for Augie Williams. Puts towards the goal. Cleared away. Hernandez couldn't control, but Angelina gets it back. That's one that has the crowd in it.
I would like to see that again. And I'm not convinced there was any contact. I might be wrong. Hartford bench certainly didn't think there was.
Let's see what we see here. And we're going to get a yellow card for Brendan Burke.
That's a dive.
For the second week in a row.
That's a dive.
There it is.
Yeah, I think he's been conned, the referee there, and as a result of being conned, if he has been, Brendan Burke is not happy at that. He's got a booking. If that wasn't, which it didn't look like there was contact, it's a chain of events. If there was contact, we apologise.
Hartford plays the head ball in the direction of Williams. Battling with Nava, who looks about half his size.
It's a good ball.
Howell gets ahead on it. It's going to go. Well, Howell does a good job of keeping it in and then clears it in the seventh row of the East stands.
It's a good ball because it's quick and it puts them under pressure as well.
Shots 10-9 in favor of Hartford. 2 shots apiece on target. 1 shot off the woodwork by now Reed Stephen.
It's been more attritional in the second half, but there's still time for a winner for both sides.
In the box and shakes. Plucks it out of the air. Each team with 1 stoppage time goal this year. And that's aimlessly kicked out of bounds by Shakes, who's not happy about it. New Mexico has given up a stoppage time goal. Hartford has not.
I think the New Mexico subs have had more of an impact than the Hartford subs in this game. I totally understand all the Hartford subs, but I just think the likes of Justin Rennicks and others they've had more of an impact.
Zil Alam's also been in that. Here he is now. Plays it back to Chris Gloucester into Hartford territory. Scoreless. Stoppage time. Cleared away. Nice play by Dispe.
Over the top.
Instead, they go along the ground. Williams in a foot race, and Gloucester will play it back to Shakes.
It's the right idea, just didn't have enough on it.
Headed towards what's supposed to be the final minute of stoppage time. Here's Angelina cutting the middle.
Oh! Wow.
Oh, my.
I reserve judgment until seeing that back.
That could have been a penalty kick in the 6th minute of stoppage time. Now Noel sends it through. Dispe puts it up in the air and over the goal. It'll be a quarter kick. Wow.
Let's see if we can get that replay. Because he said the referee said the defenders won the ball. He does.
He did.
It's a brilliant call by the referee.
Yep.
Brilliant call.
Matt Thompson's had a terrific game tonight.
The key for any official is getting the big decisions right. That is a massive call. He gets that wrong, and you'll never hear the end of it from a Hartford perspective. When Hartford look back at that and they see that the referee said the ball was won by the defender, that's exactly what happened. Outstanding from the official.
This may be the final play of the match. Gloucester with the corner. Headed away by Dispe. Kept in by Zelalem. Rennicks on the left. Chips it. Siaha goes up and gets it.
And that'll do us.
And that's it. Another scoreless draw for Hartford Athletic in what was, for the most part, Mark, an evenly played match.
I would have just liked to have seen more goalmouth action, because I thought up until that part from both sides, they put so much effort into this game. And I've got more things written down for cards than I have for chances. That would be the only complaint. I've seen a lot worse 0-0 draws. I just would have liked to have seen both goalkeepers tested a little bit more with a wee bit more goalmouth action. But I didn't think it was a bad game overall. And and I think there's positives from Hartford to get Samadia back. From New Mexico, I think you've seen that they have strength and depth, and coming off the bench, you're not weakening the sides. I think these two sides will be in contention once again for a top half finish in their respective conferences. But from a Hartford perspective, they just have to find a way to score goals.
So in full time, we did not get a goal. New Mexico United and Hartford Athletic each come away with a point. Mark and I will be back to wrap things up next. You're watching USL Championship on ESPN Plus, NM50, and the Wax.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Seven yellow cards issued tonight. Yellow cards are a warning. Your home might be giving you one too. Don't wait for a red card to fix that aging roof or drafty windows. When your home shows signs of trouble, stay in the game with New Face Home Improvements. They tackle the small issues before they become major league problems. New Face Home Improvements, your home's best defense. The supporters giving the athletic players a hand for their effort. It was a solid 90-minute effort by both squads, Mark, but two teams that have been a little challenged putting the ball in the back of the net all year face that again tonight.
Yeah, bottom line is it's a better point for New Mexico. They're on the road. They've come here. They've looked very solid at the back, haven't created too much. From a Hartford perspective, a lot of positives, but the final third is becoming an issue. How do you get Augie Williams more service? What do you do? Because 10 shots and 1 on target, that kind of sums up Hartford tonight. A lot of positives, but not in the final third.
And, of course, Beverly Macangila getting the red card, so he will be able to play in the Prince Tires Cup. Anaku can't because he got a red card in the match, the last Prince Tires Cup match, but Beverly will have to sit out the game at Tampa Bay in 2 weeks' time. So that'll do it for us. Thanks to Rob Blanchard, Tom Stanwix, and our crew. For my broadcast partner, Mark Donaldson, I'm Joe D'Ambrosio. We thank you for spending your Saturday night with us. Final score in full time, there was no score. New Mexico United and Hartford Athletic, a scoreless draw. Good night from Hartford.